Like every time I need to remind myself that yes, you were there, you did it, you actually did it. That's a really good tip for everyone and anyone. Like if you feel like you need to stop, then yes, you
It
should
is time to
stop.
stop.
And then we met again in Roncesvalles, but because they were walking slower than me, of course we lost each other and we never changed numbers.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to El Camino People, the podcast. One more time today, we're talking about the Camino de Santiago. And I have the great pleasure of talking with a dear friend that I met when she was coming to Pamplona. As I was saying, I live in Pamplona. I love to show my city around to pilgrims. I'm not really boring. Sometimes I may be a little bit, but I try to show you the little things, that I think they're interesting. And when you're coming on a pilgrimage, sometimes you don't need the whole explanation. You just need see in a couple places, go for a couple pinchos, enjoy the city. And I truly believe that the best way to discover a town is with a local. So if you come to Pamplona, if you come to pass through here, send me a message on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever, like Nina did, and she was able to discover Pamplona with me. Hi, Nina. How are you doing?
Hi, Jose. I'm good, thank you. Thank you. It's
It,
pretty boring here, but it's okay.
why boring?
Oh, it's not the Camino,
I know.
so
And
it's
when
every day
was
is the same.
when was the time that you were in Pamplona? Because for me, it's so weird. After walking, it seems like it was 5 years ago, but it also seems like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it feels the same way. I think it was the second week of May. I'm not sure actually. I kind of lost with the time on my Camino, but I started it in May, so it was like the
Yeah,
first or
it's a bit
second
May.
week. Yeah, it was the beginning of May. Yeah.
And it was amazing weather. So I remember that it was great weather at the time. So that's the beginning of the peak season, and more when people start coming, and we have a great time visiting Pamplona.
Yes, it's actually my whole Camino from May to almost the end of June. The weather was great. Like I needed to use my how do you call it, cover for
Poncho.
poncho, yeah, for like 3 days or something.
Uh-huh.
So it was amazing. A bit hot at the end, but
Hmm.
actually always sunny, always beautiful weather. So it was great in Pamplona as well. I remember. Yeah.
So before we start, as you always know, we always do the 1 minute questionnaires. This is the Luxus questions, and
Yeah.
the whole idea is just to throw whatever comes into your mind. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
No, but who cares?
Yeah.
Let's go. Your first Camino.
Oh, Francis, this year.
One city,
Mushia,
one meal,
tapas.
a memory,
My birthday.
a happy moment,
When I met with the old Camino family after we separated.
one color,
Mm, it's the pink when the sun is rising or setting.
smell,
Smell. Oh, the sea.
coffee with milk or espresso,
Oh, with milk. Café con leche.
tortilla with onions or without onions.
Without. I hate onions. I hate it. Yeah, I know. I'm a terrible
Sorry, we are
person, but
finishing. We are finishing the interview right now. This is the shortest interview ever done in the Camino People podcast. You don't like
sorry.
onions
No, I hate
at
them.
all? Nothing, not even salad, not even cooked, not even
No,
caramelized,
no,
nothing.
no. Only like in chips or, like, but that's if I have to, but not. When we in Hungary, we are always cooking like chopped onions, put it in
Mhm.
oil or
Yeah,
grease, and I'm
like
like
in
skipping that. I'm always skipping that.
that's what we
I
do in Europe and every little country that's surrounded by the Mediterranean or has really good cuisine. We cook with onions and garlic.
I know, I hate them.
Wow. Okay. It's your way, but onions on tortilla. No matter what I say. It's one of those funny fights, in the Camino that has
Yeah,
been always the tortilla with cebolla, but never met anyone yet so no onions like you. Like some people are like, I don't like it. I prefer not to. I can eat it, but again, I don't
yeah.
like ham. So for me,
This,
I
yeah,
understand that sometimes there's some things that you don't like,
this
but
was
this was
like the thing when I went into somewhere and I was like, "Oh, what's that? Does it have onions or no? Because if no, then I can eat it. If it doesn't, no, let's try another one."
I would probably say like probably 40% of the any meal or prepared meal in Spain has onions in some
Yeah.
kind of way.
Yes, I
And
know.
probably I will guess in Hungary also the same, no?
Yeah, it is. It is. I can eat it if I have to.
Yeah, but you don't want to. Yeah, it's not like you
Yeah.
are allergic, but it's really something that you
Yes.
dislike. For me, the
Yes.
jamon is the same. Like I can eat it
Oh
if I
wow.
have to, but I don't. Even if it's chopped small, I can feel the flavor.
Yeah.
So I get it. Okay, here we go with my camera. My camera is having fun these days. Sorry. Anyway, the first question that I ask everyone is, how did you find out about the Camino de Santiago? How did you discover that the Camino de Santiago existed?
Actually, I don't remember. Um, I remember that at some point in my life, I just knew about it. Maybe someone was like talking about it. I don't know. I really
Hmm.
don't remember. I was like 14 or 15 years old. So I just knew, I heard the calling, so I just knew I have to do it. It was always on my list when I was making my big plans for my life when I get older. So it just happened actually. Like I knew about it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it someday. So
And the Camino is quite big in Hungary. I'm like, there's a huge community of people from Hungary. It's quite interesting that I interview a couple of Hungarians, and also there's even some Hungarians that own albergues in the Camino.
yeah, I don't know if it's a big thing or not because actually some people like heard about it and some people
Mm. Don't
cannot
even, yeah.
imagine what is it like, what's the Camino. So it's I actually don't know because yeah, we have our own Camino, but I didn't know about the Hungarian base. So it's different, I think. I don't know if
And
yeah.
and how did you decide it, and when did you say, it's my time, I need to go to the Camino and I want to walk the Camino Francés?
Well, I think like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I'm not sure. I wanted to
Hmm.
go when I finished my university. I was like ready to go. I got money, and I didn't have a job, so I was like I can do it
Hmm.
after my diploma. And then, well, a funny story. My face got disabled. Well, half of my face. I don't
Oh.
know if you like the
Yeah, no, the
thing. Yeah,
hemiplegic, yeah, it happens. I have a
yeah,
friend, yeah, that suddenly you have
yeah,
your face, you don't feel your
yeah,
mouth goes
yeah.
drop, and
Yes,
wow,
exactly. That's happened like 2 weeks before my finals. So
wow.
probably because of the stress I had
Hmm.
and everything. So it's a long recovery. It's like three
Hmm.
or 4 months to
Wow.
recover. So I decided that I don't want to do the Camino with half of my face
Yeah.
because that's gonna be like funny. So I decided not to go then, but I was like ready to go. Like I had my shoes, my bag, everything. I had ready, just not the plane tickets because I was like
Yeah.
deciding when to leave. So I put away this thing in my mind, but then life happened. Like I got a serious job, and I was like living, and uh,
Hmm.
and uh, well, some things happened. I think I mentioned it when we met that I lost my brother 3 years ago, and it was hard, really. It's still the hardest thing in my life, and after I lost him, I felt like I had a big change in my personality and everything. And last year, like around this time exactly,
Mhm,
um, I felt like I'm not living anymore. I'm just like surviving the days, like
mhm.
getting up, working, going out with friends, but like not really enjoying my life. And I knew I need something. I just didn't knew what I need. And then I was like, like I need to do the Camino, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the Camino. So at one day I got up and I got my plane ticket. Like I'm just gonna buy it. And then I phoned my boss that sorry, but I'm gonna leave for 2 months, and he was okay with it. Yeah, kind of okay. So that's how it happened. It just came like a lightning strike or something that, oh, I need the Camino. So that's how it happened. And I went in May because that's when I had my birthday. I had it in Zubiri,
I
and
remember. I remember.
yeah, and because I'm 27 now, and my brother died at 27,
Wow.
so these were the reasons actually that I decided that this is the perfect time to go. Like, yeah,
Sometimes, as I say, sometimes people think, there's casual things in life, but sometimes just things happen to collide together in that moment that is the moment, no? And for you, it wasn't
yeah,
the moment that you were going to walk suddenly, and then suddenly one day everything lines up, and the next day you're quitting your job. No, well, in your case, not quitting, but we've seen a lot of people that goes and just decide to quit. It's because you feel the call, no? So it's one of the things
yes.
that is quite impressive from the Camino, how people no, sometimes they start walking, and there you are. You start your Camino, you go, you start walking in San Jan. How was the first day in San Jan? How was the experience of something that you have waiting so long?
Oh, it was pretty frightening. I was like, gosh, I'm really doing this. But I didn't start walking in the first day because I
Mm,
arrived in the afternoon and I wasn't ready to go that day.
mhm,
Um, so actually, I walked a little bit because I booked an albergue just the start, the end of the city. Like
mhm.
it was up in the hill, so I needed to walk up like 1 or 2 kilometers. I'm not sure,
Okay.
and that's where I spent my first night, and I already met some great people there. So actually, uh, I wasn't nervous anymore because I knew that okay, the people are just amazing here. So I'm
Mhm,
not gonna be like lost or anything. But it was funny to start the Camino because this we started with this guy Honza from the Czech Republic, and we were like, okay, let's go after like the breakfast, and okay, let's go. And Honza wasn't ready, so we waited like I don't know half an hour for him.
What?
Yes, like with the bags on the way, everyone was
On your
like
first day,
going.
half
Yeah,
an hour waiting, I will be gone
yeah.
by minute 10.
I know I was patient, so I was like waiting and waiting, and Hansa, get ready, come on, let's go. He came out and he said, "Oh, he forgot something," so he went in, and everyone was like walking past me, and I was like, "Buen camino, buen camino, buen camino," and then Honza got out again and he said that, oh, okay, he needs to stretch. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. And then I went on. I was like, I cannot wait anymore. I need to start. I need to do the first steps.
Mhm.
So I left him, but we met in Orison because we spent the night there. So it was, but it was just funny that how long I waited for someone to start it. but
And
I
sometimes
don't
that's the
mind.
Camino, no? Never know, and you start thinking, and maybe because you waited with him, you met someone else, and then you done. Then
Yes,
it's kind of like that's kind of like I don't know if that happened to you, but my Camino was
yes,
supposed to start one day, then it started one week after. I'm like, if I have started this week, what will have happened? Never
yes,
know.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. So it was okay. It was funny, but
And it was what you expected because, after, knowing the Camino for so long, planning the Camino for years ago, you probably have, seen videos or YouTube or blogs. Was what you expected the first day or not?
the funny thing, I didn't see anything. I didn't watch movies,
Wow,
or
that's
I
amazing.
didn't. Yeah, I tried to not to do this because I didn't want it to imagine how it's
Hmm.
gonna be. I just
Yeah.
wanted to leave it. So, and I didn't want it to have expectations. Because if you have expectations, that's gonna be like, okay, it's not like that. Do I like it or I'm not? And I was like, I'm just gonna be prepared with the bag. So I was reading blogs about
Hmm.
what to bring, but not how is it gonna be. I didn't
Hmm.
even see pictures or anything. Like only your
Best choice.
Instagram.
The best
But
one.
yeah,
And I agree with you that sometimes with expectations, if you put the expectation too high, if you don't get it, you may be frustrated. You may sometimes may not, but the beauty of discovering something for the first time is just
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah. I wanted that to see everything for the first time and not like, oh, it's not like on the picture or something like that.
All those liars on Instagram with the filters and with YouTube, I'm like, no, 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 it's not like that.
Yes,
And
exactly.
how was it? You stay in San Jan, then you go to Horizon, so you take your time. I think that's one of the best ways. If you have the time, I always say, the best day if you break it, the Horizon is amazing, staying over there and taking the time. So the first day is not so harsh. It may give you that little, time to start. And also for people coming from abroad, sometimes they get lag and getting used to start hiking because the hike is quite steep on the first day.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was quite surprised that this is the first day. Is it gonna be
Oh, how?
always like this? I cannot do this for 30 days. Like, oh my God, what I'm doing here. But actually, I didn't want to like run because I didn't have a ticket back. So I didn't have timing. Like,
Hmm.
um, I wanted to do it um, as fast as I can, but not
Hmm.
like running
Yeah.
to Santiago. So I had a day in San Juan, and I had a day in Pamplona, and then I had 4 days in Logroño. You know, my accident or something. And so after Logroño, I didn't stay for resting anywhere, but I didn't do long days. Like I only walked like 25 kilometers a day or
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah.
But
So
that's plenty, and that's the great thing of the Camino. When you have the option to take it and relax, is the best way.
yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah,
a lot of people they go like, "Oh," I'm like, but sometimes not everybody has even 1 month as a off. Is sometimes in some countries it's really hard to get a whole month. But
yeah.
if you have the time, just taking days and as you were doing, visiting, taking a day off in Pamplona, taking a day off in Logroño, because for a lot of people it's the only time that they may be coming to Spain and visiting those
Yes,
cities. And for
exactly.
me, I'm like the first time that I did Camino was my first time in Burgos, visiting Burgos was my first time in
Mm,
Leon. So, and I live like 5 hours away. So, but I think it's the proper way.
yeah.
And you start walking, you pass Horizon, you start Roncesvalles, it's May. How is the feeling of being part of that Camino family, that Camino community?
Oh, it was amazing. What I liked the most was the people. Like the meeting with them and talking with everyone. Like really, you were talking with everyone there. So that was amazing for me. But quite unbelievable. It's still unbelievable. It's like I saw a movie or something, or it feels like it was like a movie, or I read a book. It doesn't feel like it happened with me. Like every time I need to remind myself that yes, you were there, you did it, you actually did it. Because for me, it's like, no, I'm like, I read that somewhere, but no, actually, I was there. I met with them, so it was it was amazing being there. But it's kind of hard to realize that you are there. You
Sometimes it
really,
feels like a whole, as you say, no, a movie. When you are out of it, it's like, was it real? Did I see it in a movie?
yeah,
Was Is it a book that I read? I'm like, no, no, it's something that really happened, but it really can be a movie, no? And
yeah,
as you were saying, you start walking, you take your day in Pamplona, then you get, but something happened in Logroño. What happened in Logroño?
well, it wasn't in Logroño. It was before that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, something happened in Pamplona, but it started like before. So on my right leg, when I was leaving Pamplona, when I was packing my bag, my water bottle fell on my
On
not
your
finger.
pinky,
Yeah,
in the
not
tiny
pinky,
one,
but yeah, on my
one of
toe.
your feet, toes.
Yeah, so I was like, well,
That's right.
saying some bad words, but I was like, it's okay, I can do this. So I got my boots on and I went on. And when I was resting, I don't know, for a few hours later, I get my socks off and it was black. My whole toe was black. So
Wow.
I knew that it's probably broken. But on the other leg, I had some pretty bad blisters, like really really bad blisters. I tried everything with them, but turned out that my boots are not good because it was
Mhm.
too hot, and
Yeah,
my boots were like for, I think,
or
colder
wintry.
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was hard to walk. And just before Logroño, I'm not sure where we stayed. I don't remember. It was like 20 kilometers before Logroño. We stayed in an albergue with a pool. It was an amazing albergue, and we were having fun. You remember Maria? She was
Yeah.
with me in Pamplona, so we were having fun. We were swimming, having tinto de veranos and everything. And when I needed to go to dinner, I couldn't stand anymore on my legs. Like it was like hurting so bad, especially the blister, not the toe. I was like,
Mm.
you can
Yeah.
walk with a broken toe. so so I couldn't walk anymore. And in dinner, someone checked my leg. Some other pilgrim checked my leg, and she said that you should go to the hospital with this because it looks bad. It looks infected, and I'm pretty sure you cannot walk with this anymore. So it was one of the hardest decisions I made, that I needed to stop. So the host got me a car ride to Logroño, and I went to hospital, and then they made I don't know, made it better. They I
Yeah,
actually
they
don't know
fix it,
the
no?
words. Yeah, fixed it, but it was hurting pretty bad, and the doctor said that I need to relax for a few days to get it better. So I left my Camino family left me there because they needed to go on. They couldn't stay with me, and it was really hard because I already knew so many people. Then
Mm.
we were like, I don't know, 10 people or something,
Yeah.
like together having dinner and meeting in every town. It was amazing. So they left, and I stayed in Logroño in a big hotel, and I stayed there for from Tuesday to Sunday. So it was
And
hard.
that's one of the things that a lot of people, ask me, and a lot of people say, sometimes it's great to be part of a group, But sometimes if they are going too fast, or if something happens to you and you need that day, sometimes I did an interview a while ago and she said something is your Camino and yours only, no? Sometimes we feel, and I feel the same like you. My Camino family broke a little farther because someone need to go home and someone decided
Yeah,
to go faster. But it is such a weird moment. You have all that people, and also when you are the one left behind, no, and you feel
yeah,
left behind in your case because you cannot continue. But sometimes, like you were saying at the beginning, sometimes happen for a reason. So, some people decide to
yeah,
go home. In your case, you decide to stay, take a rest, enjoy a good hotel, and enjoy Logroño. That is beautiful. And how was
yeah.
the staying and the recovery?
Actually, it was pretty boring, like because you cannot like go out and see the city because I had bad feet, so I needed to
Yeah.
like stay in the room.
Hmm.
So I got some food with me, and I'm not proud of this, but I stole a book from an albergue. Like,
You don't install. You just took it for
yeah,
because you need it.
yeah. So I was reading like a 400 pages book for 4 days. Like I was just reading. I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't even remember what was it
The
about.
book.
No, I don't. I was just I need something. So because I couldn't watch television, there were no
Yeah.
English television. So and I was having oh gosh, I was having baths. Like I had a big bathtub, so I was in the water all day because I could do that. So it was relaxing, but boring. Like
It's
I
hard,
really
no?
felt that I need to go on. Come on, I need to go on.
Yeah.
So I sent home some stuff actually to have a lighter backpack, and I sent home my boots and I brought new ones, new shoes, like normal shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And on Saturday I was just like ready to go on, and I was so happy on Sunday, but actually it was like starting again. Like,
Totally. Yeah. After so many
yeah,
days, it's totally a new beginning, no?
yes, exactly. And that was the first days after starting again, when I was really alone, because actually no one was on the road. Like
Yeah.
I hardly seen any other pilgrims. So I was alone. I had some time thinking and like um I don't know, like be again on the Camino, because it was like an escape for me staying in
Mm.
Logroño. But as you said, like something must happen for a reason. That's because of my staying. I met another amazing group of people. So, and if I don't stay in there, I never met them because they were like a week after me actually. But yeah, we met a few days after Logroño. So
How was the walking? Like suddenly you start walking from away, you were saying the feeling, was it like totally different than starting in San Gian? Because I'm like, you are walking again from new, but you're already here in Spain starting to walking again. You go from a hotel that you've been, relaxing and taking your time to suddenly be again back into Camino. How did it feel?
actually, when I started in San Juan, it was hard because it was like something new to do. But when I started in Logroño, it was like just doing what I always did before. So, but it was my feet were still hurting,
Hmm.
and I don't remember where, but I remember exactly the same um, feeling when I felt that, oh, my leg are not hurting anymore. This is
This
how
is
you
new.
walk. Yeah, this is how you actually walk. This is how you should feel on the Camino, like not in pain, just enjoying everything. I just remember this feeling, um, like it was everything so new, but I think it was like 2 week after Logroño, so it was like almost the end of the Camino.
Hmm.
But I just remember that, it's amazing. It's amazing how you can walk without any pain in your feet, legs, or anything. So
So that feeling
then,
that was at the beginning that you thought it was the way, I'm like, oh no, no, this is not the way
no.
supposed to my feet supposed to feel.
Yeah, yeah. In the first, I think 3 weeks or something, it was like, this is hurting. I can go on and I can like put away the pain, but it was still there
Yeah.
in my back of my head. And then it just went away like poof.
And
So
sometimes, as I say, sometimes some little pain is okay, some suffering is okay, but you get to a point like yours that you need to listen to your body because that can be into big. I've seen pretty bad things happen to
yeah,
pilgrims that don't take care. Sometimes, it can be, it gets infected or your tendinitis or plantar fasciitis. It can be something that you can take in a longer time. So sometimes you need to listen, and some suffering is okay. Some blisters always happen. I always get blisters, but sometimes you're not like, hey, dude, it's time to stop, get it back
yes,
because that's not the way you're supposed to be feeling.
yes, exactly. But because this was my first Camino and I wanted to be like strong and like
Yeah.
not give up and not stopping, I was like, oh no, I can do this. It's just some pain. But no, that's a really good tip for everyone and anyone. Like if you feel like you need to stop, then yes, you
It
should
is time to
stop.
stop.
Yeah, because if I had stopped before Logroño, like just for 2 days or something, that would have been an amazing journey because then I had to time to recover.
Mhm.
Hey, sorry.
Oh, no, no, don't
Mm,
worry. And
yeah.
sometimes also taking one day off, that can help instead of taking four. So sometimes, you say, but and that's the problem at the beginning. You want to be with your group. You want to keep going. You
Yes.
want to, and it's like taking a day off is like, no, like maybe I'm going to lose them, but you can always catch up. They will take sort of days. But
Mm.
I know because I did the same at the beginning. You just found like, I remember my second day we walked 40K. We went
Oh.
from
Oh.
Roncesvalles to Pamplona straight because we were like, yeah, we want to go. We see these girls doing it. We want to do it. I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Oh gosh.
Why? It's great.
Yeah.
But it was that kind of like, we were these three, four guys over there, and it was what it was. And also one of the things that when you were in Pamplona, you were walking with a friend.
Yes, yes, yes. With Maria. Actually, I think we met in Orison,
Hmm.
but we didn't start talking just before Pamplona. Like that was the day we started talking on the road. We saw each other, but we just, I don't
Okay.
know, didn't met. Yeah. So yeah, we were walking together for I don't know how many days, but it was amazing. She was a really great companion. I think we found each other for the days. I
Hmm.
don't know how many, but she's amazing. So, but yeah, she went on from Logroño when I stayed behind.
Do you also have another friend that you walk with that you carry on all the time with
Oh
you?
yes, yes,
So tell us who travels with you all the
it's
time.
Kenny. It's
Kenny!
Kenny from
Why
South Park.
Kenny?
Yeah,
Why he travels
he
with you all the time? Why he goes with you? And
um so I got him. I was living for a few. Yeah, I can put him
hey there.
here. I was living for a few months in London, and
Okay.
well, okay, let's go before. So there is a Hungarian stand-up comedist who was in the television when I was like 12 years old or something, and he always had a little Kenny with him when he was going on live. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but I always saw that it was like a little one, and he always had it with him, and I was like, I need that Kenny, and but I was like 10 or 12 years old. I don't remember, and I was living in London, And one day I saw this machine, this hook
Yeah, one of
machine. You
those
can,
the
yeah, yeah,
hook.
yeah, with Kenny in it, and I was like, I need that. I just need that. So I put a lot of money in it, but we couldn't get
We're not
him
gonna ask
out.
how much.
Yeah, I don't want to know either. But I couldn't get him out. Nobody could. Like we got the butters because they're the other
Yeah.
South Park guy, but we couldn't get Kenny out. And then 2 weeks later, I visited Brighton and I saw another machine. And it was funny because I only had like one uh,
Compound,
font,
yeah.
yeah, pound with me, and like more, but I had like 1 pound, and I was like, okay, one try only. If it fails, then I'm gonna get it out. And I put in, and I get him like for the first try. Kenny came out, and I was like, oh my god, I was so happy. I cried. I actually cried. I have a picture, I don't know where, but my friend got the moment when I was like hugging Kenny the first time. So because it was in Brighton and I was like traveling, I decided that Kenny is going to travel with me from that time. So that's how it happened. And I went on a little Europe tour, like
Mhm,
going on cities, big cities for a few days with a backpack, kind
mhm.
of touring. And he was with me. And I got pictures of him in front of the Eiffel Tower. In Rome, everywhere in Rome, in Berlin, the Berliner Wall, in Stockholm. So he was with me everywhere. So when I started packing my stuff to the Camino, I was like, yeah, Kenny needs to
He's
come.
coming.
He's coming. It's not a question for me, even if it's not really heavy. So but pretty big to be in the bag. So he was outside of the bag, like on my side, so I always could get out and take pictures with him or of him. And it was actually funny because in Orison, I walked in, I started to sit down, and some guy was like shouting at me, like, "Hey, Kenny!" And I was like, "Yeah, it's Kenny." I was so tired, I couldn't, like, you know, I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to sit down, have a coffee. And then he came to me and he was like, oh, he wants to take a picture. And yeah, yeah, go for it. I don't mind. And everyone was like, oh my God, Kenny, why are you having him with you? And I was like, yeah, he needs to come. He just needs to be there.
So
It's,
funny. And it
yeah.
was part of your whole Camino, no?
Yes,
It never
yes,
went home. It
exactly.
was with you in Logroño.
No,
It didn't make it in
yeah,
the cut of going home in Logroño. So he made it to
no.
Santiago.
Yeah, he made it. He made it. He was carried the whole way, but he made it.
That's an easy Camino for him, yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us, how was after Logroño that you are recovered? You start getting a new group. How was the Camino from Logroño on?
Um, Amazing. I think it was better for me. Yeah, for the first few days I was alone, but yeah, actually, I don't know if like 1 or 2 days later, I met with two amazing ladies whom I met in Orison. So
Oh, so
yeah,
they walk as a slow to as to meet you after
yeah,
4 days, well, 5 days off, and you met them. Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, yeah. Because well, I cannot say their age, but they are like old, older.
They are older than us or less younger than us.
Yes, yes. So they were walking
Hmm.
slower, but they are amazing. And yeah, one of them like has asthma and needs knee prosthetics. So
Wow.
she's just amazing. And Yeah, we met in Orison. We shared the same room and we were having fun. They're like the cool grandmas, like the really cool ones.
Mhm,
And we had so much fun together. And then we met again in Roncesvalles. But because they were walking slower than me, of course we lost each other and we never
mhm,
changed numbers. And then um I don't know where. I just don't remember these these cities, but I went into an albergue and I sent my bag ahead that day and it didn't arrive. So I don't know what happened. Someone screwed up. I don't know. I
mhm.
was a little panicked, like, oh my god, where is my bag? I don't have anything with me. Of course, Kenny was with me because I didn't send him. So I was talking with the host. He was helping with me to connect with my bag again, and
Mhm,
then a lady walked out from the shower, and um, she had this thing on her knees, and I was like, I know that knees, and then I looked up. And Sherry was there, and I was like, "Oh my God, Sherry!" And then the Nancy came up, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is like a sign for me that I'm on the right way."
This is the right place to be.
Yeah, yeah. Like I knew that moment that okay, I'm not gonna be lost again. I'm on my way to Santiago. So it was an amazing feeling to reconnect with them
From that
again.
on was much easier, was everything as supposed to be.
Yes, it felt like actually like yeah, it's gonna be okay. They were
So
like kind of like the Camino angels.
so no more pain, no, just walk, relax. Your backpack made it home. Finally, you have your
Yeah.
things.
Yes, yes, yes. I had my things like an hour or 2 hour later, so I was just sitting and talking with them. And then we met the day after, and we walked a little bit together, but I walked farther than them, so
Uh-huh.
but we changed numbers, so we are still talking every week or something. So
Wow. That's
and
amazing
they
how sometimes the friendships in the Camino they
yeah,
stay longer and then you continue chatting with everyone.
yeah, yeah, but they are living in the USA, so I'm not sure if
Time
we
difference.
are. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna meet again. I hope so that someday I can visit, but
Well,
it's
for
it's
sure,
fun.
I'm sure there will something, something will
Yeah,
happen. That's the
they
weird thing of the
always
Camino.
they always saying that I can come anytime. So just gonna make some.
Maybe it's yours to go there.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
someday.
you start walking the Camino. You have your craziness in Logroño. Finally, you start going, and then you get closer to Santiago. And how was the day prior to the arrival to Santiago? How was the feeling of finally, knowing that that day you were going to arrive to Santiago?
Mm, I don't know. It was a lot. Um, I know that I was walking a lot alone that day, but I wanted to like walk alone. I had this friend from Germany. We were walking. No, actually, we weren't walking a lot together, but we were always staying in the same albergue without
Hmm.
actually um,
Knowing.
knowing. Yeah, but for like 2 weeks, we were always staying in the same place. We had amazing dinners together. So I was walking that day alone, but we were talking that we're gonna do the last 5K together, like Monte de Gozo from
To the
Monte.
Golfo? Yeah.
Yeah, that but the festival happened that day. There was a
Wow.
big music festival there,
Hmm.
so it was quite crowded. So we said that we are going to meet somewhere there, and we are going to walk together. But we planned to work together with like a lot of people, like everyone who we knew on the road. everyone who planned to arrive that day. So Benny was always faster than me, like a lot faster than me. So he arrived in Monte de Gozo, and he sent me a message that he's in this cafe. So I arrived a half an hour later or something, and then we sent a message to the guys behind that, okay, we are here, we are waiting for you, and they didn't reply. So we were waiting, and then, oh, actually, on that cafe, I met the lady from San Juan, where
Wow.
whom I met on the first day. So it was just an amazing moment to reconnect. Just like how and wow, like mind blowing to see each other from the first day and then on the last day on the Camino. She
Oh,
didn't wait, she went on, so we said that okay, we're gonna meet in front of the cathedral. So yeah, we were waiting for our friends to come, but they were just like 2 hours uh late. So uh Penny and I said that no, okay, let's go, we can meet them in front of the cathedral. So I walked with Benny, and that was amazing because we never really walked together before. We just, yeah, always stayed in the same albergue. So it was funny that actually I had my last kilometers with him. He
that's
needed to slow
so.
down, so
Yep.
that was
Sometimes
amazing.
that's the way. And how was when you finally get into Santiago? You cross that gate with the music, and suddenly you see the Obradoiro and you see the cathedral.
I was excited, like, and I was really happy. I didn't have a lot of emotion. I couldn't.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was just like happy, and I was like proud. Like, you did it. You really did it. And everyone was like crying. Everyone who arrives is like crying there, and I was like, I'm just happy that I made it, and I didn't cry like at all. And
Hmm.
after Santiago, I went to Finisterre and Murcia, but not by walking.
Hmm.
Um, and then to Madrid. And when I came home, and I was waiting for my parents to get me on the airport, I was staying there, um, like standing, and I was like looking around, and I knew that I'm in Hungary again, and I started crying, like really, really crying that I'm home. And my parents arrived, and they were thinking that I'm crying because I'm happy to see them, but actually I was crying because I'm home and I don't want to be home. so so that's when actually all of the emotion come to me when I arrived. So like
That's one of the things that
home.
a lot of people, they think that their emotions arrive in Santiago, and I think that for some people arrive in Santiago, some people Finisterre, some people Musia, some people on the bus, some people on the plane, some people when they arrive home. And in your case, it's beautiful that sometimes when you get to Santiago, you may just feel super happy. It's okay. There's no need
Yeah.
to cry, no need to feel like, oh, finally I'm enlightened. I'm like, no, no. Sometimes that comes anytime.
Yes, yes, yes. So it was funny, but for me it always felt like um something great I did, and to be happy for it, like, and proud, really, really proud for myself that I did it.
And one of the things that I always ask people, in your case, I'm, quite curious. What changed in the Nina that left, San Jan to the Nina that arrived into Santiago?
um, I think um, I think I'm more open to people. Like, I'm more curious about them, and I want to listen to them and their stories. So yeah, I think I'm more like more like that. Yeah.
She knew that
So
was the moment that she needed to be here.
yeah, yeah, and because yeah, before I always say like before my brother and after my brother. So before my brother, I was really an extrovert. I love to being around people. I love to have parties and go out, just not sit in my house.
Hmm.
After it, I just changed. Like I
Hmm.
didn't want to go out. I didn't want to talk. I wanted to be alone all the time. And on the Camino, I couldn't be alone. Like, and people always like asking about anything. So I needed to like get out of my comfort zone. And after like the second week, I think I changed. Like, okay, people are asking about you, and you can talk with them if you want to. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can be well, not an extrovert, but between an extrovert and an introvert.
A little
Like,
more open. Yes, you don't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
be the crazy and the party guy, but there's an in between that can, at least feel comfortable in that area, no?
yes, 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 exactly. So
And what
I'm,
will
yeah.
sorry, go ahead. No, no.
Oh no, I'm like more friendly now. I'm not judging people anymore from the first look.
You seemed super friendly when I met you in Pamplona, and you were super open and super nice. But it's true that sometimes, the Camino reminds you that there's some things that you used to do or that you don't do anymore that is easy to do, and it's okay. There's no
Yeah,
need to be all the time just open, but sometimes it's going out and going. I think with there is one life that we need to live, no?
yeah. I think that how what I say when they ask me how was it and what changed, that I'm saying more yes than no. At least I think I do. I'm trying
What would you think?
really.
I'm like going to something like what you went through, your brother passing away. I'm like, there's a lot of people probably that feel the same way. What do you think the Camino, is a great experience for people that's going through something that maybe they need that time out or maybe that time to reconnect with themselves? And like, what would you tell all the body that, everyone that listens now is like, oh, I'm feeling kind of like the same way that you felt. Maybe I should go to the Camino.
I think everyone should go on the Camino
We agree
because
on that.
yeah, because I think that it teaches you to respect each other and to help to each other, because you always like when you're living in a big city, you are just walking away from any problem you see with other people. Like if someone sits down because doesn't she or he or she doesn't feel good, like something, you don't stop. But on the Camino, if you see someone who is hurting, you go there and you ask. And so I think everyone should learn these things that you learn on the Camino, that no one is alone. You are there for anyone. You don't need to know each other's name. You just need to make sure that they know that you are there and you can help. And that's why I think everyone should go. Like everyone should uh, learn that, how to be open to each other.
The most important thing, not taking that because the Camino is so special, but it's not the real day by day, no? And I always say, the hardest part of the Camino is how you take all of the stuff that you took and then you said, about the Camino, take it back to your normal day life and try to, at least every once in a while, remember, and the Camino will help everyone. Maybe it's time that I can help this guy over here. Maybe, and it's, when we go back to normal life, we are going to be back to ourselves a little bit, but it's nice to remember that the Camino and we can live a little bit more than the Camino, no?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
And tell me, the last question I always ask everyone, is there a Camino in the future, or are you still with that one was enough? Are you thinking about next walk or not for now?
Oh, it's funny because I said from till the last day, till Santiago, that I'm never going to walk this again. How can someone start this again? And then after a few days, I arrived. I was like, okay. I need to do this again. So I'm thinking about doing, I don't know when, but I really want to do the Portuguese coastal way.
Oh,
Maybe, yeah, maybe with my
that was my
mom.
second one too. That will be
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. My mom really wanted to come with me for this Francis, but I said no. I need to do this
This is
alone.
my Camino. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I know how you can do it with someone.
Mhm.
So I said that maybe that one we can do it together.
That's amazing. For
Maybe,
me, the Camino Portuguese, the coastal, I think is one of the ones that I like the most as a short Camino. And,
yeah,
it's an easy Camino. It's not really, a lot of relaxing, a lot of nature, a lot of time to think and talk. And that will be something amazing to do with your mom. And as you say, sometimes you need the Camino for yourself. And I think the Camino Francés, a whole month is amazing for that. But sometimes it will be fun to do the Camino with a friend, with your mom, with your partner, with your couple,
yeah, yeah,
and probably that will be incredible experience for you both. So I wish you the
yeah.
best. If you need any help, here we are. The Camino Portuguese is waiting for you, and we would love to hear from your mom and you, and from, of course, Kenny, when you
Yes.
walk the Camino Portuguese.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
And as we always say, Nina, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much. I'm sure that a lot of people are just going to enjoy it and, feel at least, if they're going through
Yeah.
something or they have gone through something like that, know that there's people in the Camino and the Camino is an amazing place to go. And sometimes people in the Camino take days off and that's nothing bad. Sometimes people in the Camino just continue and that's the Camino. And, the only way to discover is to do in the first step and go and walk the Camino. So as we always say here, Nina, thank you so much. Buen camino,
Thank
ultra
you.
ella.
Bye, Suseya.